The White House. A place of power, politics, and global headlines. For decades, it has welcomed kings, queens, and presidents. But this time, something unexpected happens. A Spanish princess enters its grand halls, not just as a royal figure, but as a symbol of Europe's future. Princess Leonor of Spain. And who awaits her inside? Former U.S. President Donald Trump, and his son, Barron. At first glance, it feels surreal. The heir to Spain's throne standing in Washington, shaking hands with a man who once divided America and dominated world news. Yet here they are, together, under the iconic chandeliers of the East Room. But why? Why did Leonor make this bold visit? And what does it mean for Spain, for America, and for the monarchy itself? The story unfolds in layers, each one deeper than the last. At its surface, it looks ceremonial. A princess meets an ex-president. A photo opportunity. But peel back, and you discover tension, symbolism, and the weight of history pressing down on every handshake, every word, every gesture. Let's begin with Leonor. She is no longer just Spain's crown princess. She is the living image of continuity in a nation where the monarchy is constantly questioned. At 19, she already commands attention with grace far beyond her years. In Spain, she's seen as hope. Abroad, she's seen as influence. And in the United States, this visit was interpreted as something far greater than diplomacy. Imagine the moment she steps into the Oval Office. The room that once held Roosevelt, Kennedy, Reagan, Obama. And now, Leonor. Her presence electrifies the air. Cameras flash. 1,000 headlines are written instantly. Spain's future queen meets America's power legacy. But behind the staged smiles, there's a question: is this alliance symbolic or strategic? Donald Trump, a man who built his legacy on shock, on boldness, on refusing to follow tradition, seems oddly respectful in this moment. He greets Leonor warmly, his usual theatrics subdued. To many, it looks like recognition, not of her current role, but of what she represents, a monarch in the making. The contrast is striking. Trump, the face of populism and disruption. Leonor, the face of continuity and tradition. Two worlds collide in one handshake. But then enters Barron. Once hidden from the spotlight, now towering over his father at more than 6 feet tall, Barron steps into the meeting as a quiet yet commanding presence. And here, speculation ignites. Leonor and Barron, two heirs of very different legacies. One, bound to a crown that survived centuries. The other, tied to a political dynasty still shaping itself. For the world, it becomes a fascination. Could this be the meeting of two futures? A royal and a Trump. The whispers begin almost instantly. The Spanish press writes of caution. They warn that Leonor must avoid being politicized. That she cannot afford to be seen as aligning with one figure in America's turbulent politics. But the American media, they feast on it. The princess and the Trump heir. Leonor meets Barron. It becomes a narrative too powerful to ignore. Now, let's pause. Why does this matter? Why does a simple meeting inside the White House send shockwaves across continents? The answer is layered. First, because Leonor is at a critical stage. Every step she takes abroad is a rehearsal for her future as queen. Every eye is on her. Every handshake is weighed with meaning. Second, because America is in its own moment of political transition. Trump still casts a shadow. His family still carries influence. The optics of Leonor standing beside them matter, whether we want them to or not. And third, because symbolism is everything in royalty. Leonor knows it. The monarchy knows it. Even Trump knows it. This was not just about polite conversation. It was about legacy, power, and how history will remember these photographs decades from now. As the cameras roll, the conversations begin. Leonor speaks of Spain's future, of Europe's unity, of the importance of transatlantic ties. She does it with eloquence, with poise, with the calm of someone raised for this very moment. Trump listens, surprisingly reserved, while Barron remains attentive, quiet, but observant. Insiders whisper that Leonor's composure impressed them all. That even Trump, often impatient, leaned in as she spoke. But then, curiosity takes hold. Did Barron and Leonor exchange more than pleasantries? Were there subtle moments of connection, smiles, shared glances, that hinted at something deeper? Social media erupted with theories. A royal romance. The start of a friendship between two dynasties. Memes, headlines, debates, they spread like wildfire. But beyond the gossip, the true weight of the meeting lies in its political implications. Spain is reasserting itself on the world stage through its princess. The monarchy is signaling strength, relevance, and global reach. And by stepping into the White House, no matter who occupies it, Leonor is showing that she belongs in the same conversation as presidents and power brokers. Yet, there's also danger. For every supporter who calls her bold, there are critics who call her reckless. In Spain, Republicans argue that this is proof the monarchy meddles too much in politics. In America, some question whether it's appropriate for a future queen to be photographed with such a divisive figure. And so the debate grows. Was this brilliance, or was it a mistake? Leonor walks the line carefully. She smiles, she listens, she speaks with precision. And when she leaves, the headlines remain. Spain glows with pride, America buzzes with curiosity, and the world is left wondering, what does this mean for the future? Because this is not just about a meeting. It is about narrative. A young princess, on the cusp of queenship, stepping into the heart of American influence. A former president, still commanding attention, acknowledging her significance. A young heir, Barron, stepping into the spotlight in ways never seen before. The world will continue to speculate. But one thing is certain, history will not forget the day Princess Leonor walked through the White House doors. And maybe, just maybe, when she wears the crown of Spain one day, this moment, this meeting, will be remembered as one of her first great steps onto the global stage. Because inside those walls, beneath the grandeur of Washington, something shifted. The world saw not just a princess, but a queen in the making. And perhaps, just perhaps, a glimpse of an alliance no one expected.